Have you ever noticed that the loudest person in the room is rarely the one who holds true power? There's a reason for that, and it's because real strength, the kind that commands respect and admiration, doesn't need to shout. In fact, the most powerful individuals are often the quietest. They don't demand attention, yet their presence is felt. They don't have to prove their worth because it's already evident in their calm, collected demeanor. These are the silent alphas, the ones who lead without fanfare, who influence without speaking much, and who thrive in a world obsessed with noise. You might be wondering, how do they do it? How does someone with so little outward display of power manage to captivate, inspire, and lead? The answers lie in their unique traits, from their thoughtful communication to their unshakable resilience. But here's the thing. The world doesn't teach us to value this kind of power. We're constantly bombarded with messages that tell us to be louder, more aggressive, more visible. The silent alpha shows us that there's another way, a path of quiet strength, balance, and purpose. And if you're tired of the chaos, if you feel like the noise of the world is drowning you out, then this is the lesson you've been waiting for, because becoming a silent alpha isn't about changing who you are. It's about mastering the qualities that will make you stand out in ways that matter. So are you ready to discover what truly sets these individuals apart? Let's dive into the world of the silent alpha and uncover the power of being heard without saying much. 1. Silent authority. A silent leader doesn't need to raise their voice to command attention. Like the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius, waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. These individuals understand that their presence alone speaks volumes. They don't need to compete for dominance in a room. Rather, they radiate calm authority. This isn't the type of power that comes from shouting orders or being the loudest voice, but from quiet confidence. When they speak, others listen because their words hold weight. It's the unspoken energy that silently drives them forward, leaving others curious about what they know that they don't. The silent alpha carefully observes their environment before making any moves. Their power comes not from demanding attention, but from paying attention. As Epictetus once said, we have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. This keen sense of observation allows them to understand situations and people at a deeper level. Imagine a person in a business meeting, sitting back while everyone argues over the smallest details. Yet when they finally speak, their concise solution turns the entire discussion around. This ability to remain quiet but effective earns them respect far beyond the noisemakers. They also exude a sense of resilience that is hard to shake. Silent leaders don't react to every challenge thrown their way. Instead, they assess the situation and adapt. The key is emotional control, something that can be learned through practices like mindfulness or reading books like Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. Imagine yourself in a stressful situation at work. Instead of lashing out, take a deep breath and focus on what you can control. Over time, this calm demeanor will become second nature, and others will start to rely on your stability in difficult times. This is the type of quiet strength that never goes unnoticed. The silent alpha's empathy allows them to build meaningful relationships. It's not uncommon for them to notice the subtle changes in someone's mood, perhaps even before the person is aware of it themselves. This quiet sensitivity allows them to connect deeply with others, often offering the exact support needed without saying much. Stoic thinkers like Epictetus emphasize that it is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. This resonates with the silent leader, who understands that their influence often comes not from what they say, but from how they make others feel in their presence. This creates loyalty, respect, and admiration. 2. Observant nature. The quiet strength of a silent alpha often lies in their ability to observe. They notice things that others miss, not just in their surroundings, but also in people. It's as if they have an unspoken radar for understanding emotions, intentions, and the subtle shifts in conversations. Like Marcus Aurelius noted, everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is a perspective, not the truth. Silent alphas live by this principle, constantly observing without making assumptions. In a crowded room, while others may be caught up in the noise, they are taking in every detail, analyzing body language, tone, and atmosphere. Their observant nature doesn't just make them better communicators, it gives them an edge in life. Whether in business, relationships, or personal growth, they take the time to understand the landscape before making decisions. This patience leads to better outcomes because they are not quick to react, but instead respond thoughtfully. For example, in negotiations, a silent alpha listens intently to the words and pauses of the other party, giving them a unique advantage. They know when to push and when to hold back, making them formidable opponents in any setting. The ability to listen deeply and observe without prejudice becomes their superpower. This observant trait also makes them better friends and partners. They see beyond the surface and connect with people on a deeper level. It's not just about what someone says, but how they say it and what's left unsaid. This allows silent alphas to offer the right advice, often at the perfect moment, without overwhelming others with unnecessary chatter. They embody the words of Epictetus. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. In their interactions, this manifests as thoughtfulness and sensitivity to the needs of others, often without needing to be asked. Moreover, their observational skills translate into personal growth. By constantly reflecting on their experiences and actions, they cultivate self-awareness, which is rare in today's fast-paced world. Silent alphas often keep journals, as Marcus Aurelius did, to track their thoughts and progress. This practice of self-reflection not only sharpens their observational abilities, but also fosters continuous improvement. They become students of life, always learning and evolving, turning their observations into lessons that propel them forward. 3. Resilience. Resilience is the cornerstone of a silent alpha's character. In a world where so many are quick to fold under pressure or complain about setbacks, the silent alpha remains steadfast. They understand that life is full of challenges, but rather than resist them, they face them head-on. This doesn't mean they are invincible or immune to failure. It means they have developed the mental toughness to bounce back, often stronger than before. It's this quiet resilience that sets them apart from others. Their approach to adversity is methodical. When faced with obstacles, they don't react emotionally or impulsively. Instead, they pause, assess the situation, and consider their options. This process allows them to remain calm even in the most stressful situations. Take, for example, a high-pressure work environment where deadlines are looming and everyone is panicking. The silent alpha is the one who maintains composure, breaking down tasks logically and leading by example. Their resilience becomes a source of inspiration for those around them, showing that calmness in chaos is achievable through practice and self-discipline. One practical way to build resilience, as the silent alpha has learned, is through routines that strengthen the mind and body. This could be as simple as starting each day with a meditation session or engaging in physical exercise that challenges endurance, like long-distance running or strength training. These habits not only build physical resilience, but also mental fortitude. They understand that the obstacle is the way, as Marcus Aurelius famously wrote. By constantly pushing their limits, they train themselves to handle life's difficulties with grace and determination, knowing that every challenge is an opportunity for growth. Resilience also shows up in their relationships. Silent alphas don't shy away from difficult conversations or situations that test their patience. Instead, They embrace them, knowing that true connection often comes through navigating hardships together. When a friend or partner is going through a tough time, they don't offer empty platitudes. Instead, they stand by them, offering support without overwhelming them. Their quiet strength becomes a source of comfort, knowing that they'll remain steady no matter how turbulent the waters get. It's this resilience in relationships that creates lasting bonds built on mutual respect and trust. 4. Empathy. While the silent alpha may not always be vocal, their empathy speaks volumes. They have an intuitive sense of what others are feeling, often picking up on emotions that go unnoticed by others. This ability to understand and connect on a deeper level isn't something that they flaunt. Rather, it is a natural extension of their observant and reflective nature. As Marcus Aurelius said, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love." Silent alphas live by this philosophy, fully aware that understanding others is a key part of living a meaningful life. Their empathy allows them to build deep and authentic connections with people. Instead of focusing on themselves in conversations, they truly listen, not just to words, but to the underlying emotions behind them. Imagine being at a gathering where everyone is trying to make their voice heard, but the silent alpha quietly listens, allowing others to feel seen and understood. This creates an environment where people naturally gravitate towards them, seeking advice or just someone to confide in. They don't give advice unless asked, and when they do, it's thoughtful, drawing from their own experiences and observations. Empathy also plays a crucial role in how they lead. Whether in a professional setting or personal life, silent alphas don't lead with force, they lead with understanding. They recognize that each person is unique, with their own set of challenges and strengths. Rather than push their own agenda, they seek to understand the motivations and concerns of those around them, fostering a sense of unity and trust. In moments of conflict, they are often the ones who can mediate, finding a middle ground that satisfies all parties involved because they take the time to see things from multiple perspectives. In practical terms, cultivating empathy like a silent alpha can start with simple actions. Take time each day to ask someone how they're doing and really listen to the answer. Practice patience in conversations, allowing others to express themselves fully before jumping in with your thoughts. Reading books on emotional intelligence, like Emotional Intelligence by Daniel Goleman, can also provide tools to better understand and navigate emotions, both your own and others. Empathy, when practiced consistently, becomes a powerful tool for connection and leadership, making you someone people trust and respect deeply. 5. Balanced approach. Silent alphas have mastered the art of balance. They understand that life is full of extremes, and while many may swing between one end of the spectrum and the other, they choose the middle path, grounded in wisdom and reflection. As Epictetus once said, "No man is free who is not master of himself," and the silent alpha embodies this through their ability to remain centered in the face of life's unpredictability. They don't allow themselves to be swayed by fleeting emotions or external pressures, instead relying on their inner compass to guide them through. This balanced approach is evident in how they handle conflict. Rather than engaging in heated arguments or trying to force their point of view, they prioritize peace and understanding. They know that a calm mind leads to better decisions, and often the best solution arises when emotions are kept in check. Imagine someone trying to provoke a reaction in a meeting or personal interaction, but instead of escalating the situation, the silent alpha remains composed, responding thoughtfully rather than reacting impulsively. This not only diffuses tension, but also earns them the respect of those around them. Balance also extends to how they manage their time and energy. Silent alphas understand the importance of work-life balance and prioritize their well-being just as much as their ambitions. They don't burn themselves out in the pursuit of success, recognizing that longevity in any endeavor requires rest and rejuvenation. Practical examples of this might include setting aside time for meditation, physical activity, or even spending quality time with loved ones. They are firm believers that success is not just about achieving goals, but maintaining the energy and clarity needed to keep moving forward without losing oneself in the process. The balanced mindset of a silent alpha can be applied to daily life in many ways. Start by setting clear boundaries between work and personal time, ensuring that you don't carry the stress of one into the other. Practice mindfulness to stay grounded, as this helps maintain emotional balance. Books like The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle offer excellent insights into how to stay present and avoid being overwhelmed by life's extremes. By cultivating this balance, you'll not only find more peace, but also enhance your effectiveness in all areas of life, just like the silent alpha. 6. Personal growth. One of the most defining traits of a silent alpha is their unwavering commitment to personal growth. They understand that life is a journey of constant learning and self-improvement, and they approach it with humility and determination. As Epictetus wisely observed, if you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. Silent alphas are not concerned with how others perceive their growth. They focus on the internal process of becoming better, stronger, and more capable. This drive to evolve sets them apart from those who remain stagnant, content with the status quo. For them, personal growth is not just a phase or something they engage in when they feel like it. It is a way of life. Whether it's through reading, learning new skills, or reflecting on their experiences, they are always seeking ways to expand their mind and capabilities. Silent alphas often spend time with books that challenge their thinking, such as Meditations by Marcus Aurelius or The Obstacle is the Way by Ryan Holiday, using these texts to deepen their understanding of the world and themselves. This thirst for knowledge not only sharpens their intellect, but also equips them to navigate life's challenges with greater wisdom. Their commitment to growth also extends to their physical and emotional well-being. Silent alphas understand that true personal development involves nurturing both the body and the mind. They often engage in physical activities like strength training or martial arts, which not only keep them fit, but also teach discipline and resilience. Emotionally, they practice self-awareness and emotional intelligence, ensuring they are in tune with their feelings and able to manage them effectively. This holistic approach to growth creates a strong foundation for success in all areas of life as they continue to push their limits and explore new frontiers. For those looking to embrace this mindset, practical steps might include setting personal development goals and regularly checking in on them. Whether it's learning a new language, picking up a challenging hobby, or simply committing to daily reflection, the key is consistency. As Marcus Aurelius said, the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts, so ensuring that those thoughts are focused on growth and improvement is essential. By making personal growth a lifelong pursuit, like the silent alpha, you'll find that your potential is limitless, and every day presents a new opportunity to become better. 7. Influential presence. Silent alphas possess an influential presence that captivates those around them, even without uttering a word. Their calm demeanor and quiet confidence naturally draw people in, making them figures of admiration and respect. As Marcus Aurelius once said, the best revenge is not to be like your enemy. This philosophy resonates with the silent alpha, who doesn't seek to overpower others or force their will upon them. Instead, their influence comes from their character, authentic, thoughtful, and consistent in their actions. This kind of quiet influence often speaks louder than the most charismatic speeches. Their influence is not about domination, but inspiration. Silent alphas lead by example, showing others what it means to live with integrity, resilience, and purpose. In a professional setting, they might be the ones who quietly excel in their work, never boasting about their achievements, yet consistently outperforming others. Their success becomes contagious, inspiring colleagues to elevate their own standards. In relationships, their presence is steady and reassuring, providing emotional security without the need for constant affirmation. People gravitate towards them because they offer a sense of stability and trust, qualities that are increasingly rare in today's fast-paced world. One of the ways silent alphas wield influence is through their ability to listen deeply. Unlike those who constantly seek attention or validation, the silent alpha gives others the space to speak and be heard. This makes people feel valued and respected, often leading them to follow the silent alpha's lead without even realizing it. For example, in a team environment, they may be the person who asks the insightful questions that get everyone thinking, steering the group towards a more effective solution. Their influence is subtle but powerful, often shaping outcomes behind the scenes. For those seeking to cultivate this kind of influence, the key is to focus on developing your inner strength and character rather than external validation. Practice active listening in your daily interactions and prioritize understanding over being understood. Embrace the idea that influence is not about control, but about inspiring others through your actions and attitude. As Epictetus said, first say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. By embodying the qualities you admire in others, you naturally become a person of influence without needing to shout it from the rooftops. 8. The silent alpha operates with a goal-oriented mindset, always keeping their eyes on the bigger picture. They understand that true success comes from consistent effort and a clear sense of direction, not from scattered or impulsive actions. As Marcus Aurelius wisely said, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. This is how the silent alpha approaches life, focusing on what they can control and steadily working toward their goals, no matter the distractions or obstacles that may arise. Their methodical approach allows them to break down even the most daunting goals into manageable steps. Rather than being overwhelmed by the end result, they concentrate on the small, consistent actions that will get them there. Imagine someone wanting to climb the corporate ladder. Instead of trying to rush or cut corners, the silent alpha works diligently, consistently exceeding expectations, and always learning from every task, big or small. This focus and discipline not only help them achieve their objectives, but also earn them respect from peers and superiors alike. The silent alpha's goal-oriented mindset is not just about personal ambition, it's also about helping others reach their full potential. Whether in their professional or personal life, they are often the quiet motivators, helping those around them set and achieve meaningful goals. They might offer advice on how to improve productivity or share strategies that have worked for them in the past, all without expecting recognition or praise. Their satisfaction comes from seeing the success of others as well as their own, which makes them natural leaders, even if they don't hold formal titles. For anyone looking to adopt this mindset, the first step is setting clear, actionable goals. Write them down, break them into smaller tasks, and track your progress regularly. It's essential to maintain focus, especially when distractions arise. Books like Atomic Habits by James Clear can offer practical guidance on how to create systems that keep you moving toward your goals. Remember, as Marcus Aurelius said, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. With this mindset, obstacles are not barriers, but stepping stones to your ultimate success. 9. Adaptability. One of the most remarkable traits of a silent alpha is their ability to adapt to changing circumstances with grace and ease. While others may panic or resist change, silent alphas embrace it as a natural part of life's journey. As Epictetus said, It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Silent alphas live by this principle, knowing that flexibility in thinking and behavior is key to thriving in any environment. Their adaptability allows them to remain calm and composed, even when situations take unexpected turns, making them invaluable in both personal and professional settings. Their adaptability is not a passive acceptance of circumstances, but a proactive approach to overcoming challenges. They are quick to assess new situations, gather information, and adjust their strategies accordingly. For example, imagine a silent alpha in a workplace where sudden changes in leadership occur. While others may be thrown off course, the silent alpha quickly adapts to the new dynamics, building relationships with the new leaders and continuing to excel. This ability to pivot when necessary not only helps them maintain their progress, but also earns them a reputation as someone who can be relied upon in times of uncertainty. In relationships, adaptability is equally important. Silent alphas understand that people grow and change over time, and they are not rigid in their expectations of others. Instead of clinging to past patterns or ideals, they adjust to the evolving needs of their partners, friends, and colleagues. This doesn't mean they compromise their values or boundaries, but they are willing to shift their approach to communication, support, or problem-solving to maintain harmony. As Marcus Aurelius reminds us, the universe is change. Our life is what our thoughts make it. Silent alphas embody this wisdom, adapting to change without losing their sense of self. To cultivate adaptability, start by practicing mindfulness and staying present in each moment. When faced with a new challenge, take a step back, breathe, and assess the situation before reacting. Being open to new ideas and perspectives is also key to becoming more adaptable. Books like Who Moved My Cheese by Spencer Johnson offer valuable insights into how to navigate change successfully. By embracing adaptability, like the silent alpha, you'll find that challenges become opportunities for growth, and life's uncertainties become less daunting, allowing you to move through the world with greater ease and confidence. 10. Thoughtful communication. One of the most understated yet powerful qualities of a silent alpha is their thoughtful approach to communication. They don't waste words, nor do they engage in meaningless chatter. When they speak, it's with intention and purpose, ensuring that their words have impact. As Marcus Aurelius once said, waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. This mentality is evident in how silent alphas carry themselves in conversations. They focus on what needs to be said, not what will make them appear more important, and this restraint commands respect from those around them. Thoughtful communication means that silent alphas take the time to listen more than they speak. They are not quick to offer opinions or advice unless they are confident that their input will add value to the conversation. For instance, in a group discussion, while others may rush to voice their thoughts, the silent alpha remains composed, carefully considering the perspectives of others before contributing. When they do speak, it's often to offer insight that shifts the entire conversation or to ask a question that opens new paths of thought. This ability to listen deeply and respond thoughtfully sets them apart as effective communicators. This approach to communication extends to conflict resolution as well. Silent alphas don't engage in heated arguments or let emotions dictate their words. Instead, they remain calm, focusing on finding solutions rather than proving a point. They embody the Stoic principle of focusing on what they can control, how they respond. For example, in a disagreement at work, a silent alpha might take a moment to pause, reflect, and then respond with clarity rather than getting caught up in the heat of the moment. This calm, thoughtful communication style not only de-escalates tension, but also earns them a reputation as someone who can be trusted in difficult situations. To practice thoughtful communication, start by pausing before you speak. Ask yourself if what you're about to say is necessary and whether it adds value to the conversation. Practice active listening. Truly hear what others are saying without formulating a response in your head. Books like Nonviolent Communication by Marshall Rosenberg can provide practical techniques for improving how you communicate. By approaching every interaction with intention, you'll find that your words carry more weight. And like the silent alpha, people will come to value and respect what you have to say. Now that you've seen the qualities that define a silent alpha, the real question is, are you ready to apply this knowledge in your own life? The path to becoming a silent alpha isn't about following the crowd or making noise for the sake of being noticed. It's about cultivating inner strength, mastering your emotions, and leading with quiet confidence. Every trait we've explored, from resilience to thoughtful communication, serves as a foundation for a life of purpose and influence. But knowing isn't enough. As Epictetus reminds us, don't explain your philosophy, embody it. The power lies in action. So, what will you do with this understanding? Think about the areas in your life where you can begin to practice these principles. How can you show up differently in your relationships, your work, or your personal growth? Maybe it's about learning to listen more and speak less. Perhaps it's about developing resilience so you can remain calm under pressure. Or maybe it's about pursuing personal growth with unwavering commitment. The choice is yours, but the potential for transformation is limitless. You've got the tools. Now it's time to use them. If you found value in this journey, don't let it end here. Subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell because there's so much more to learn and apply. Together, we'll continue exploring how to harness the wisdom of the silent alpha in everyday life. This is just the beginning. Are you ready to take the next step?